What's good, y'all? So, Carthus Dojo made a new video. Well, it's been out for like 5 days, but I'm just now seeing it, where he breaks down the Moro and Granolah arc all in one video. I reacted to his videos on both series a while ago. I think it was over 2 years ago. And he broke down each one separately, and they were long videos. Now he's putting them together. I wonder what's the reason behind it. It must be something more that he didn't share in the other videos because, yeah, the entire Moro and Granolah arcs. But hold on, let me make sure that was him, right? I think that was the videos that I got introduced to I got introduced to this channel with. Yeah, see, there it is. That one, and yep, I react to both of these. Oh, they're short. I thought that was long videos. But ooh, what is this? Oh, that'd be a cool video to react to. What if Goku and Broly was... that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so I wonder what is the purpose of having both of these now in one video. Let's just see. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I like anything Dragon Ball related. So this is a long one too, so we're going to get right into it. An hour and 19 minutes. Let's do this.
Moro arc starts after the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Though we don't see those events in the manga, just assume it's basically the same as the movie. Goku and Vegeta are training.
Oh, speaking of which, it was an announcement. I mean, it wasn't from the company in general, but it was an announcement that's shown on social media that in next year, they're going to start showing trailers and everything of the Granolah and Moro in animation. So we're starting to get Dragon Ball Super shows again, in which I thought about it. I'm like, dang, it has been some years since the Tournament of Power. That time went by fast. I remember when the Tournament of Power first started, but from then to when it ended to now, it's been a minute. So I'm glad, if that's true, that next year is going to be starting showcasing more information and trailers of the new series. I'm glad because I miss it. I miss Dragon Ball, one of my favorite franchises
Never
ever.
Fighting together again and doing all the other flirting you'd expect them to.
So what happened with you and Ultra Instinct? Nothing much. Haven't pulled it off since the tournament.
Their date gets interrupted by a call from Mr. Satan. Boo is being kidnapped, so he needs Goku and Vegeta's help. Goku tells Vegeta he'll teleport them both over, but Vegeta acts like a tsundere and says that he'll just fly there himself. Goku arrives first and handles the kidnappers. Vegeta gets there shortly after, but lets Goku handle it. One of the kidnappers hears Mr. Satan say Goku and Vegeta's names. He seemingly knows who they are and proceeds to effortlessly speed blitz both of them, defeating them both with a stun gun. He tells the others to take Goku and Vegeta as well, so with that, the kidnappers leave Earth. When the Saiyans wake up, they see Jocko and find out the kidnappers are actually
you have godly powers.
The one who knocked out Goku and Vegeta is called
You can't hide from us, the readers.
He's the #1 Galactic Patrol agent. He explains they kidnapped Boo because they need the Great Lord of Lords who slumbers inside of him. Apparently, 10 million years ago, 5 million years before Boo absorbed the Great Lord of Lords, there was a battle with the Planet Eater Moro. The Great Lord of Lords thought they had no chance of winning, so he gambles it all on locking away the Planet Eater's magic. It costs him his god power, but it works, and the Galactic Police, the predecessors to the Galactic Patrol, take Moro into custody since he was conveniently too strong to be killed. Even after 10 million years, he's still alive, and even worse, some of his magic has returned, so he was able to escape from prison. Unfortunately, Boo is sleeping when they need him for the 10th time this year, so it's impossible to reach the Great Lord of Lords at the moment. Goku says they'll help catch
I'm curious,
Moro,
y'all. Hold on one second. I want to go to his original Moro video and see if he put these together, just added them both.
It's in the manga, just assume it's basically the same as the movie. Goku and Vegeta are training and talking about never fighting together again and doing all the other flirting you'd expect them to. Vegeta asks about Ultra Instinct, but Goku says he hasn't been able to use it a single time since the Tournament of Power. Their date gets interrupted by...
Oh, yeah. That's why I was waiting, because in the other video, he actually had voice acting to talk in between those scenes. So he is adding into these two videos. Okay, because I was like, wait a minute. Are these just two videos into one? But for one, like I said, both of these videos together is only an hour and 10 minutes. The other one's an hour and a half. And then seeing that little scene there, he added more in the new video where they was talking to each other. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Oh, no, it's actually an hour and 20 minutes.
This Mirrors.
Yeah, but this is how he add. Okay, I like that. Makes it fresh and add more to
Just
it.
exploit an opening. He was agile enough to get the drop on us in an instant. That speaks to his skill.
So Goku and Vegeta are temporarily inaugurated into the Galactic Patrol, and they get some cool logos on their outfits. We get a bit sidetracked by the Macarini gang, led by Pasta, who stole a train transporting an explosive material. It somehow feels like filler in a manga. The most important thing here is that this confirms to Vegeta that Meris is just far too fast and powerful to be an ordinary Galactic Patrol officer. Once they return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, they find Moro's location. Goku begins to sense in the direction he's headed, but Moro can tell that Goku was searching for him. Vegeta is shocked by this, but asks Goku what he was able to sense. A massive key signature? Perhaps something more like God Key.
No, his key itself wasn't that huge, but it was terrifying. I've never felt anything like it. It was as if a whole lot of people were screaming in pain.
Since he's a planet eater,
Shout out to
his power
Cartoon
is
Dojo. I like how he
literally
added this
massive
voice acting
slaughtered
part in these
souls,
videos.
which is kind of edgy, but not too
I would love
edgy,
to see
so
the
it's
behind the
pretty
scenes of his
cool.
videos. Does he
On
do
Moro's
all
ship,
this
he
on
says
his
to
own, or does he have people
ally
helping him?
Someone is
Regardless, it's still impressive.
However, he can't scan any more than that himself, as it takes a lot out of him. Cranberry is an ex-Frieza soldier who was captured by the Galactic Patrol. He escaped with Moro and told Moro about the Namekian Dragon Balls that would allow him to regain his magic. All Cranberry asks for himself is a single wish, to which Moro agrees. Our heroes also figure out that Moro's destination is New Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport to New Namek before Moro can touch down, and this time they even hold hands.
I was about to say, they hold
Moro is
hands? I don't
distracted by
remember
his
that.
shipping dreams coming
Usually it's
true
the
to warn
shoulder.
them not to confront Moro. When they arrive on Namek, they warn the Namekians, so they start to run away with the Dragon Balls. After they leave, Moro's ship lands and he exits. He tries to eat a Namekian child named Eska, but Vegeta acts quickly and saves him.
You would dare.
I love this part, considering that, you know, this is good. Hold up. Sorry if y'all hearing the car. There's an alarm that's going off out there. Hopefully my microphone's not catching it. But anyway, I love this character development with Vegeta. The fact that we know the Namek Saga, what kind of damage he's done to all the Namekians, and now him growing and getting better as a person, he's saving them. And for him in this saga to even acknowledge it, I always thought was great character development with him.
I have a troubled history with these
Yeah, see?
Namekians. I did them untold harm. So no, I can't allow even one more of them to perish. And they are most certainly not your food.
This is actually really cool to see
Yes,
Vegeta's regret towards
I
the man
agree.
he used to be. So Vegeta says he wants to handle Moro himself and turns Super Saiyan.
To be
He
real,
charges in, but
Vegeta
Moro
has the
is
best
easily
character
able to
development
handle
in the
Super
whole
Saiyan
saga.
Vegeta, so Vegeta
In
turns
Dragon Ball
Super
in
Saiyan
general.
God. Now it's starting
In my
to look
opinion.
like Vegeta will win, but Moro still has more power to show himself in the form of his magic. Goku mentions that they know he eats life energy, and Moro compliments
People
them
just
for not being
so
entirely
disrespectful
ignorant.
with their cars out there. I'm sorry, y'all, if I heard that. Dude is revving his car like people care. Nobody cares.
Then, as Moro lifts his hands, energy begins to spew outward from New Namek. Moro explains that instead of just eating the planet's life energy, he can manipulate it into the form of attacks. Vegeta tries his best, but after finding out that this attack costs Moro no stamina, he says he can't win. He asks Moro what his goals are, and after some convincing, Moro reveals that he's after the Dragon Balls, and he wants to use them to regain
Oops,
his former
shoot, sorry.
strength. That's all Vegeta needed to hear. He calls Moro rotten scum that's worth killing for sure. Vegeta quickly turns Super Saiyan Blue and begins to easily beat Moro.
You were concealing this strength? Like you were hiding your true intent?
Everything is going well until Goku starts to notice something is wrong. Moro forms a huge ball with Namek's life energy. Vegeta says it's useless, but Moro doesn't use it to attack. Instead, he eats it and
He's
gains
like, "I'll
a
just use it."
massive power-up as a result.
That's a heck of an
Vegeta
ability.
thinks Moro's power-up isn't nearly enough and tries to transform to face him again, but
I can't turn Super Saiyan!
not only can Moro absorb a planet's energy, but he takes energy from the life forms on the planet as well.
As you were saying, I was hiding my true intent.
Goku jumps in to help Vegeta, but neither of them have enough energy to handle Moro now. Goku feels bad for the Namekians, but he knows they can't stay there, so he grabs Vegeta to teleport away. But Goku doesn't even have enough ki for instant transmission, which I think is a first for the series. With no escape, Moro grabs the two Saiyans and takes a large portion of their life energy. Then Moro
Can you
begins
imagine,
to
bro, all
change.
that training they did for them to fall down in seconds,
That the energy
in minutes?
from a mere pair of beings could restore my flesh to this extent.
With Vegeta and Goku handled, Moro and Cranberry begin to hunt the Dragon Balls. Back at the Galactic Patrol HQ, Boo has finally woken up, and they received a report that Goku and Vegeta's life signatures were detected on New Namek. They were actually saved by Eska and Elder Mori, though they were unconscious for 3 whole days. Luckily for them, Moro is taking his sweet time collecting the Dragon Balls because plot, I guess?
Yeah.
So he only has 3 Dragon Balls as of now. The Namekians have a plan though. Their greatest warriors started assimilating in order to defend their world. Dozens of Namekians merge into one, and the resulting warrior flies directly at Moro. But without even looking at him, Moro impales the Namekians.
Never works, man. I be feeling bad for the Namekians, even when they be trying, bro. They be minding their own business and they still die.
He was dead before I could even see his face.
Vegeta realizes that Moro is using the villages to find the Dragon Balls, but right as he figures that out, Moro learns to sense the Dragon Balls directly, so hiding the final Dragon Ball just isn't an option anymore. Goku and Vegeta sense Moro approaching, and even on the brink of death themselves, they power up to face him one final time, knowing they'll likely die. But before they can, another ship shows up behind Moro's, and on top of it is Maris. He shoots down Moro's ship, and he uses a net specifically designed to trap Moro. It still won't hold the Planet Eater for long, though, so their true plan begins, and Boo is dropped from the ship as well.
I like how they
Only
involve
that,
Majin
the
Buu
Galactic
again.
Patrol were able to
They don't
bring
just
out
put
the
him to the
memories
side
of the great Lord of
like
Lords.
they done some
Moro
characters.
and Boo begin to get angry at each other as they reminisce. Moro breaks out of the netting, and their battle begins. With the memories of the great Lord of Lords and Boo's unique physical abilities, it seems like he can.
And I also
win
love
this.
how
Even
Boo is
Moro's
still
energy
strong.
absorption doesn't
He's not a
work, and
pushover.
It seems like Boo got a power up from having the memories awakened. Maris tells him to steal away Moro's magic, but as he begins to, the sky turns dark. Cranberry has collected the final Dragon Ball. Before Goku and Vegeta can intervene, Cranberry wishes back Moro's full magical abilities. After getting his power back, he flies towards Porunga and kills Cranberry. Moro wanted a second wish after all, and since Cranberry used the first one to heal himself, that left nothing for the ex-Frieza soldier. Now it was time for the third wish.
I wonder if you can grant this one.
When Goku and Vegeta finally catch him, Moro has already made his wishes, but he's hiding what the final one was. He then tells them that he has no need to fight anymore and runs away, suppressing his ki as he does.
Majin Buu was
and
going to be the
Maris catch up
hero.
with them, and Buu quickly heals everyone that's still alive. Meanwhile, Moro begins to eat the entirety of planet Namek. After healing everyone, Boo's face changes to the Great Lord of Lords' face. He says he'll swap places with Boo until Moro is defeated. With that, Goku, Vegeta, and the Great Lord of Lords teleport to Moro for the final confrontation. Moro uses illusions to buy himself time while he absorbs the energy of Namek from outer space, a place where Vegeta and Goku can't reach him. So the Great Lord of Lords goes on his own. It's immediately clear though that Moro is stronger than the Great Lord of Lords, so the weird abilities of Boo don't matter anymore. The Great Lord of Lords threatens to steal Moro's magic, but Moro calls his bluff, saying he doesn't have the god power required to unleash that ability anymore. As Moro beats him down, there's a memory that appears to the Lord of Lords. It's the end of the Buu saga where Goku kills Kid Buu, and now the Great Lord of Lords understands that Kid Buu had his god powers. Moro saw the memories as well, and now he's even more confident that no one can challenge him. Meanwhile, Maris asks Goku and Vegeta if they're sure they're stronger than Moro, and Vegeta says, magic aside, yes. Maris then puts on a spacesuit and says he'll get Moro back to planet Namek so they can fight him. With the help of the Great Lord of Lords, Maris is able to distract Moro and teleport him back to Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport over as well and confront Moro again, but this time,
I always love their aura farming.
However, Moro laughs at them for thinking they can win.
You seem to have forgotten something quite important. The third wish.
It's revealed that Moro wished for every Galactic Patrol prisoner to be released. Side note, waiting a month on a massive cliffhanger only to find out he wished for prisoners to be released was super underwhelming. Remember, Jocko could handle most of these guys himself.
I remember when I was like,
arrive on Namek,
okay, sure.
Moro's escape. He empowers an army of them to battle Goku and Vegeta, and while they're easily beaten even with the power-up, Moro is slowly draining Goku and Vegeta's energy along with Namek's. It eventually gets so bad that they can't transform at all. Maris and Jocko jump in to help the Saiyans and the Great Lord of Lords retreat. But as Goku gets ready to teleport them away, Vegeta begins to rant about not liking weird techniques. Goku continues to reach out to him, but he refuses.
Go ahead, Kakarot. This is where we part ways. Vegeta!
Goku and the others return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, and Vegeta boards Agent Iriko's ship, but they're not returning to the Galactic Patrol HQ.
I love this part of the story.
The planet with all the weird techniques. Despite his Saiyan pride wanting him to simply overpower his opponent, Vegeta understands he needs to do whatever it takes to win. Vegeta decides to rest for the journey, but before
He's like,
he does,
I don't like
he
the
makes a
tricks.
promise to
Now let me learn
himself.
some tricks. Regardless, I do like this part.
I will achieve victory next time. Over Moro, over those convicts, and over Kakarot.
A few days pass and the prisoners go on a rampage around the universe, specifically finding planets for Moro to consume. Goku and Maris are concerned at how Moro is growing even more powerful, and Maris says their odds of victory are now virtually 0. But Goku isn't so sure.
Even if you were fighting seriously?
Goku throws a serious punch at Maris, and he dodges it easily, which seems to prove Goku's theory. Goku asks to spar with Maris, and Maris agrees. They go into a training room and face off. Goku seemingly can't land a hit, even after turning Super Saiyan 3, so before they destroy the training room, Goku asks Maris to train him. Maris agrees and says he knows just the place. Meanwhile, the Macarini gang are doing their own thing, while pretending to work for Moro. They even remember Jocko talking about Earth before they got captured, so Earth is now a target for the forces of Moro. See? The train section was important after all. At the same time, Vegeta has finally arrived on Yardrat.
I like how
He's
the
greeted
writers
by the
involved the other
Yardratians,
Z fighters
which is
by
what
having
they're
the
called
villains
in
go to the
manga,
Earth,
but I'm just
go to
gonna
Earth.
call them Yardrats because that's easier to say, who come in 2 types. This is done to canonize both
Wait.
the animated...
No, I was about to ask. I was like, was superhero before or after this? But no, it was after. It's been a minute, so I had to sit there and be like, wait. Well, we're gonna see Beast Gohan, but not yet.
And the
Beast
Toriyama
Gohan would have
design
wiped
for
all
their race,
them
since
other
they were never seen in
people
the
out
original
anyway.
manga. Pretty smart, actually. They apparently heard about Vegeta from Goku in the past, and most strangely, they say Goku defeated the Ginyu Force on their planet. I guess that means there were more Ginyus than the main 5 we saw on Namek. Vegeta then meets Elder Paibara, the Yardrat that taught Goku instant transmission, and will be the one to teach Vegeta what they call spirit control, a way to use your ki in order to use techniques like these.
Teach me this so-called spirit control.
A few days after that, Goku and Maris leave the Galactic Patrol HQ to begin their training. Back on Earth, Piccolo is concerned that he can't get in touch with New Namek and fears something terrible has happened to the Namekians. His worries are interrupted when he senses the Macarini gang approaching Earth and goes to investigate them. They shoot at him immediately, but he's too fast and is quickly able to handle them all.
Thank
At the same
you.
time,
I
Bulma
love how
meets
they
up
give
with
Piccolo
Dende to
some
tell him that
respect.
Jocko wants to recruit Piccolo into the Galactic Patrol. Bulma then calls Jocko again, and they learn about Moro, the prisoners, and the fate of planet Namek. Unfortunately, as
Bulma
Dende
must have made a
realizes
wish
the
to look
Macarini
younger.
gang
She looked
are
younger
involved,
there.
Piccolo has already decided to let them go. Dende quickly tells him to stop them, and he does, but not before Pasta could report back to Moro about Earth and its energy. Moro decides to send a stronger scouting team to confirm it's actually worth his time. As they make their way, Goku and Maris continue their training. Maris explains the true nature of Ultra Instinct and how to trigger it. You can't simply be calm, but you have to remain calm in the face of an overwhelming shock to your emotions. After saying
That's
the
a life
technique by
lesson
name,
right
it's
there,
confirmed
man.
that Goku
Dragon
was
Ball
right
be having
about
some
Maris.
good life
After their
lessons you
talk,
can use for
Maris
yourself.
takes Goku into a place similar to the Room of Spirit
Keep
and
your
Time on
emotions
Earth,
intact.
except this one only passes 3 days inside for every 1 day outside. Now, the real training begins. You'd think Goku would tell Maris about the one on Earth so they could get more time to train, but it's not even brought up as an option, so moving on, I guess. Back on Earth, they tried to gather all of Earth's greatest warriors, but only Krillin was available. They'll have to make do, since 3 stronger prisoners made their way to Earth through a portal that
Like,
was
Gohan,
made by
where
an
are you,
android
bro?
called 7-3. This android is able to copy the abilities of others for 30 minutes by grabbing their necks. The portal he made was one such ability. Without hesitation, 7-3 is able to grab Piccolo's neck and copy his abilities as well, even after being warned by Jocko. Krillin goes to help Piccolo, but but Yumba drags him into a fight instead. Things are seeming bad for Earth's fighters here. Krillin is struggling with Yumba, Jocko is barely holding on against Shiromeka, and Piccolo has to deal with fighting a copy of himself with infinite stamina. It's looking bleak for Earth. That's when Gohan arrives. As the strongest fighter currently on the planet, Gohan is easily handling 7-3. Right as Gohan is about to finish off 7-3, his copy of Piccolo runs out, and he switches to a stored copy. This one is Moro. With the ability to absorb energy, he only targets the 4 fighters in front of him, and now they have no chance of winning. As they begin to reach the brink of death, Piccolo tells the prisoners that even if they fall today, Goku and Vegeta will come back to Earth and finish them off. This intrigues Moro, since the idea of Goku and Vegeta returning to Earth stronger than ever could lead to the greatest meal in the universe. So he has 7-3 and the others retreat for now. They say they'll return to Earth in 20 Earth days, but Jocko is able to buy them more time. They have 2 months in total until Moro and the prisoners return to Earth. Maris is informed of the 2 months that they have, meaning they only have 6 months
energy
to
drain
train
is
in the
such
time
a
chamber,
buzzkill.
so they get back to it immediately. However, they're being watched by Whis, who's visiting the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest explains that Maris is an angel in training. He was dispatched to Universe 7 in order for him to broaden his perspective. Angel law prohibits angels from acting in a biased manner, hence why they aren't allowed to truly fight and only train. Whis vouches for Maris, saying he hasn't broken any angel laws yet, and that he'll keep an eye on his younger brother. The Grand Priest agrees and wishes Whis luck, as he doesn't want to lose an angel. On Yardrat, Vegeta and Iriko have no contact with the Galactic Patrol, so they know nothing about what's happened on Earth. So Vegeta just continues his training without knowing the time limit Earth has. He's already managed to learn basic spirit control, so now it's time to learn the abilities of Yardrat. Paibara is about to teach him instant transmission, which is considered a basic technique, but then some of Moro's forces land on Yardrat. Vegeta goes to handle it, but his power has already grown far larger than he ever expected. A blast he intended to just destroy a communicator with instead
he was like, whoa,
blasted
wait a
away
minute.
and abandoned Yardrat City.
He was
As
like-
he defeats the escaped prisoners, they mention that Earth is the next target for Moro, though they don't tell him about the 2-month wait. Thankfully, Vegeta can sense Earth from Yardrat and knows that Moro isn't there yet, so he has time to continue his training. However, he has to kick it into high gear, skipping the basics and going straight for the technique that can beat Moro. Moro can sense how powerful Vegeta has become and gets excited.
In that case, I should stock up and reach the upper limits of my power before traveling to Earth. Assuming such limits even exist.
I like these additions that
called
Cartoon's
foreshadowing.
Dojo made
So,
on these
Moro
videos.
consumes planets while Goku and Vegeta continue their training until 2 months finally pass. Maris and Goku are going to have a final spar, and Maris is about to go all out. But before they can begin, Whis stops them. Whis explains that clashing at full power is considered a battle, so that would have broken Angel Law even if he called it training. Maris apologizes, but Whis is even more annoyed by the fact that Maris intended to do battle against Moro alongside Goku. Now that Goku knows Maris is an angel, everything makes sense. He asks Whis what
Yeah, that's
happens
why he
if
took
an
me out
angel
so
breaks
quickly.
their laws. Angels who break our code are eradicated without a trace. It's the only way an angel can die. Weirdly, this implies that even Zeno can't remove them from existence.
Right.
Unless that's just a given. Something to
Maybe
note
that's
for
just
the
a rule he
future, I
made
guess.
for himself.
So Whis takes Maris back to Beerus's planet and leaves it to Goku. to
Maybe
finish
Zeno
the
can,
fight.
but
The
they're
only
like,
issue is they
I
leave
refuse.
Goku behind,
It's my
so
rule.
he has to figure out how to get back to Earth on his own. On Earth, the entire Galactic Patrol has arrived to fight the invading forces, as well as all the greatest fighters on Earth, minus Goten, Trunks, and the androids. The prisoners begin to
Yamcha got his
spread
hair
across
back.
the planet, so everyone splits up to handle them. The main battle for now is Piccolo and Gohan versus 7-3. But before they even know they're fighting him, he uses the copied abilities of an invisible race to sneak up behind
I
and
hate
grab
that
their
writing,
necks.
man.
Things
Why
may
don't they
seem
learn
bad,
from
but
that?
Gohan and Piccolo prepared for his copy ability, and since he can only use one copy ability at a time, they are able to outperform him with combination attacks. Pushed to the brink of death, 7-3 changes to Moro's abilities again.
Like, I understand
But when
how he
tries
got
to
their
absorb the
abilities,
ki
but
of the
still.
two in front of him, nothing happens. Android 17 and 18 are here actually, and they don't have ki, so they're the perfect opponents for 7-3 with this copy
That's
ability.
smart.
It seems like the battle is going in Earth's favor, but then Moro and Sagambo make their way down as well. The human fighters have handled their initial foes.
Hey, it's nice to see
They're
Yamcha on
overwhelmed by
the
stronger
victory
enemies.
end.
As Moro
And
and
Krillin's
Sagambo
losing.
touch down on Earth, Piccolo knows immediately that he's on a different level than the others. Before Moro can fight, Sagambo
It's like,
offers
dang,
to heal
Gohan, you
himself,
could be Beast
and
Gohan
Moro
right here.
agrees. even
That would have been
granting
a
the
battle.
prisoner more of his power. With this much energy, everything went from great to hopeless on every front. Even with Gohan, Piccolo, and the androids fighting together, Sagambo is just way too powerful. Now, nowhere on Earth is doing well. As things start to look desperate, Goku starts getting close enough to Earth to sense what's going on, but they're still too far to teleport to, until Krillin gambles it all and raises his ki as high as it can go in the hopes of Goku finding it. It works, and Goku teleports to Krillin just in time.
Sorry I have a habit of showing up late, Krillin.
With Goku now on Earth, he quickly goes
Things
around
like, "Don't
saving
touch."
the other human fighters, then teleports to the main battlefield where he can easily handle Sagambo. Goku is actually moving so fast, only Jocko and Moro can see him. A true testament to how much stronger.
Now
his
that
body-
those two
Moro
have an
knows
upgrade
how
after superhero, I'm done seeing them getting beat so badly every time. I love Gohan and Piccolo. I understand their strategy of that guy who grabbed their neck. I understand all that. But as a fan of theirs, especially Gohan, I'm like, all right, I need to see you on the upper end from now on for a while. You know, Piccolo and Gohan's been in the back end for a minute. And now that Gohan, Piccolo, now we got Broly, whatever the next battles are, I need them 5. Vegeta, Goku, Broly, Piccolo, and Gohan. I need them to be dominating for a little bit, where unless they're fighting people like Moro, they're taking them out, like how Goku just took out the army. Just saying.
bromance until Sagambo gets back up and interrupts. So Goku puts him down again, but he just keeps getting back up. It turns out that Moro has given him more power and continues to give him even more power on top of that. But Sagambo's body can't handle it. After a few more power boosts, Sagambo drops dead, leaving
There's such
only
a thing
Moro
as too
for
much.
Goku to face. Goku gets angry at how Moro treated Sagambo, but he tells Moro he's ready to show the power he's gained from his training. In an instant, the rage leaves his face as he closes his eyes and returns to base form. When he opens them, he's transformed. But this isn't something Moro has seen before.
This is no mortal ability.
That's right. The initial stage of the technique of the gods. Ultra Instinct Sign.
Goku and Moro begin to clash, and it seems that Goku has the upper hand. Moro's magic proves a little tricky, but it's nothing that Goku can't handle. Gohan tells his father to go all out, not worrying about damaging the Earth since they can fix it with the Dragon Balls. The same thing Goku said to Gohan in the Cell Saga. I'm sure this is the only Cell Saga reference. As the fight goes on, it becomes more even the more magic Moro uses, but Moro still hasn't tried absorbing Goku's ki. When he finally does try to get a lock on Goku to steal energy from him,
Don't
Goku
think so.
begins to move
Right.
at top speed to avoid it. With Moro's main ability nullified, it seems like Goku can actually win the fight. Back on Beerus's planet, Whis and Meris are observing the battle. Whis praises Meris's training and asks if they'll see Goku's silver-haired form as well, but Meris says no. Back on Earth, Moro snickers and tells Goku energy absorption isn't his win condition. He's been holding back his power until this very moment. Once Moro powers up, he's easily able to grab Goku and drain his ki. Moro even noticed that Goku can't maintain the form for extended battles. With Goku back in his base, it seems hopeless, but thankfully Goku still has more power left, and what Moro said made him even more confident he can win this fight if he attacks with everything he has. Now, with both of them at full power, they're back to a virtually even fight. Meris and Whis aren't sure if Goku's strategy is the best, but Moro is stronger than Goku and Meris predicted, so he doesn't have a choice but to gamble it all on this. Back on Yardrat, Vegeta has finally mastered the technique he needs to beat Moro. He asks Vaibara to be teleported to Earth, but Yardrats are forbidden from teleporting off their planet, and even if they could, they can't teleport somewhere they've never been before. This is weird, because in the Cell Saga, Goku went to New Namek despite never being there before and never meeting any of the Namekians on the planet.
I guess the
But
writers
I guess
forgot
the
about it.
explanation of looking for key signatures like Piccolo's is good enough? I don't know. This tension is pretty forced. Anyway, even if these arbitrary rules weren't in place, Vaibara can't sense Goku because he's using God Ki. So Vegeta just asks to be taught instant transmission since he needs to get to Earth as soon as possible. Goku tries to use as much power as he can, but relying on power alone only hinders Ultra Instinct, so he loses the fight and is knocked out of Ultra Instinct Sign. The androids step in to help since their energy can't be absorbed, which allows Goku to survive. On Yardrat, Vegeta desperately tries to lock onto Goku's ki, but he
I think
can't
this
do
is
it.
so cool how
Vaibara
Vegeta
senses
is
that
doing all
Goku's
this.
ki has returned and offers offers to break their rules for this emergency, but Vegeta says he can do it. So he tries again, and after locking onto Goku's key, he teleports off Yardrat and arrives on Earth. Android 17 and 18 are doing their best, but they aren't strong enough to beat Moro. Vegeta appears on the battlefield right after. Goku is shocked to see him use instant transmission, but he assures Goku that he probably can never use it again. Vegeta then has the androids back off and steps in to fight Moro himself. Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and taunts Moro.
You want someone stronger than you? You found him.
Even after talking big, Vegeta's first attack barely phases Moro. It seems like he was just hyping himself up with nothing to support it. Everyone thinks Vegeta is going crazy since he clearly can't win.
He knows
what
he's doing.
Piccolo assures everyone that Vegeta has never been one to misread an opponent's strength.
Come on now, Piccolo. Vegeta's my favorite character, but we know that's not true.
Fight, it becomes clear
never
that Moro
really
is worn down, and Vegeta is starting to
wait. Let me hear that one more time.
Don't worry, Piccolo assures everyone that Vegeta has never been one to misread an opponent's strength.
Come on now, writers. Don't do Vegeta like that.
Anyways, as Vegeta continues to fight,
like we don't know what happened in the past.
Moro is being worn down, and Vegeta is starting to deal damage. Goku is the first to realize it, and he knows what technique Vegeta is using.
Vegeta, this new move of yours, it's forced spirit fission.
Moro returns to his older self and asks what Vegeta has done.
All that spirit you stole for yourself, those souls, that life energy, I've simply liberated it.
It's like Moro's planet-eating power or a spirit bomb in reverse. Goku explains to the others that forced spirit fission tears things apart that were combined through fusion or absorption. Vegeta even says he could separate Piccolo, Nail, and Kami if he wanted to. This is cool, but it causes a tiny and annoying issue as well. If Goku knew about this technique since he was on Yardrat, wouldn't he think it useful to learn after facing beings like Cell or Boo who
maybe he did know
people? It would have been much better if him knowing about the technique just wasn't included, I think. Anyway, Vegeta is flirting with Goku instead of focusing on the battle like the tsundere that he is until Moro jumps back into the fight. There's still nothing he can do, and Moro's body begins to return to its old state. At this rate, he'll die from old age rather than the fight at hand. As the energy returns to the planets they were stolen from, some will be restored, but those who were dead for too long will sadly remain dead. New Namek is a case where people did get revived despite being dead for over 2 months. Eska thinks it's the Dragon Balls protecting them, and I'm not going to complain about this, but it is weird.
Give the Namekians all the plot armor because they be getting the bad end of the stick.
Going on this month. Piccolo rambles about how Vegeta has become a better person and how Goku hasn't changed since day one, something I vehemently disagree with, though it isn't worth getting into here. Moro asks if Vegeta thinks he isn't going to hell, but Vegeta thinks he likely is, possibly due to the conversation he had with Piccolo in the Buu saga, and his own self-reflection in this very arc.
At the end of the day, I'm a villain too. I've been prepared for that for quite some time.
After that passes, Moro uses his magic to escape, and he fries Shirameka and devours 7-3. This causes Moro to transform and become even stronger than he was before, since 7-3 had a backup of Moro saved within him, power and all. That's right, Moro has achieved some sort of perfection, you could say, by absorbing an android. That sounds vaguely familiar. With this new strength, Moro is easily able to handle Vegeta, and now there's no one that can oppose him. Vegeta gets back up and tries to use Force Spirit Fission again, but Moro has seen through the technique, realizing that Vegeta needs to inflict damage in order for it to work, so he just has to avoid his attacks. Gohan says it's fine since 7-3's copy ability only lasts 30 minutes, so they can stall him out, but Moro tells them that 7-3's copy is simply returning to the original, so no such time limit should exist. A similar thing happened with Merge Zamasu in the Dragon Ball Super manga, so this makes sense. Then Moro even grabs Vegeta's neck and copies his abilities as well. He uses a Big Bang attack to finish the Saiyan Prince, and Piccolo even notes that with Force Spirit Fission, Moro can even nullify fusion. With no one left to fight, Dende makes the courageous decision as Earth's god to go down and help them by healing everyone. Krillin has a bag of Senzu and is trying his best to make it back to them as well. As those two make their way over, the main battle hasn't stopped. Gohan and Piccolo make an opening for Goku to use an instant transmission Kamehameha, and if that wasn't enough of a reference, Moro just regenerates from it like Cell does. Then he stabs his newly created
I forgot about that. Dang.
Also, Moro makes up some bullshit about having 7-3's old copy abilities forever. Why? Who knows? It literally doesn't make sense. He could have just grabbed Piccolo's neck again to regenerate. Then he uses Piccolo's telepathy so he can listen in on Dende, who's telling Piccolo he's coming to heal them. Because of that, Moro creates a barrier around the battlefield so Krillin and Dende are now locked out. One by one, Moro starts to finish everyone off until only Jocko is left. Dende watches from outside the barrier in horror until it opens in front of him and an angel tells him it isn't over yet. Then we see Meris save Jocko at the last second, imbuing a blaster shot with his own energy. Before Moro can see what happened, all the injured fighters were moved somewhere else so they could be healed by Dende. Meris then begins to battle Moro, and the Planet Eater notes that Meris has no detectable energy, even though he did before. Meris is actually using his God Key, and because of it, he's actually doing well. Meanwhile, Whis and Beerus are over with Dende and the others. They were the ones who got them away from Moro, but with that done, Beerus says they're going to Bulma's
This guy,
food.
he says does not. He's like, I can get rid of Moro, no problem if I want to. I don't feel like it.
He has, but eventually Goku is fully healed. When he learns that Meris is fighting Moro, though, he flies over immediately. Goku stops Meris before he disappears and takes over the fight with Ultra Instinct Sign, but it simply isn't enough for an even stronger Moro. Goku is frustrated that he couldn't master Ultra Instinct, but Meris tells him one final push should be all he needs. While they're talking, Moro grabs Meris' neck to try and copy his abilities, but Meris cuts off Moro's hand before he could copy them.
No
Meris
touchy.
retaliates by using his angel powers to seal away Moro's copy ability. I know it looks like he's just destroying the crystals, but it's specifically called a sealing technique, which explains why he can't just regenerate them. Beerus can sense that Meris is using his angel powers and tells Whis they're heading back to stop him. On the battlefield, Meris begins to explain how the Galactic Patrol changed him and made him grow a sense of justice. Even beyond that, meeting Goku and his friends solidified those ideals. Meris begins to charge one final attack and begins to think back to a conversation he had with Goku about Goku's constant heroics. Goku denies any heroism and talks as if it's all selfish desire that just happens to work out in the end. Again, I disagree with this being in the original manga, as he often did things for others first, then himself if it works out that way.
He did that a lot
that's
of
a video
times.
for a different day. Moro tries to stop Meris with a large energy ball, but Meris flies straight through it, and with that attack, Meris had sealed all the crystals and his own fate.
Goku, should you achieve Ultra Instinct at your current strength, it will be far more stable than ever before. You will not fall to Moro, not to anyone else for that matter. I've come to love this galaxy, this universe full of excitement. Please, protect it all.
That's all Goku needs.
A menacing aura engulfs
All he
Goku
needed.
as rage begins to boil within him. His emotions begin
Like
to
he
swell
said, one more
as he
push.
talks about how Meris fought for the sake of the entire universe. But with a deep breath, he calms himself down. He asks Jocko why he joined the Galactic Patrol, and Jocko tells him to preserve peace in the galaxy. And the outfits were cool. Goku is happy that his main reason is the same as Meris, and he says that since he's in the Galactic Patrol as well, protecting the universe is his job too. Moro gets back up and asks where Meris went.
Maris may be gone, but his will lives on in me.
Then, his power begins to flare up. A giant aura engulfs the battlefield before dissipating to reveal Goku with silver hair. Just to recap, a character introduced in this arc died to the main villain and left words of encouragement leading to a transformation. I'll let you figure out what that's
I knew he was gonna go there.
The power of Ultra Instinct has a strange calmness to it, and it instinctively terrifies Moro. Any attack Moro tries just can't
Now, as
hit
cool as
Goku,
this is,
and
there's
every
something that
attack
happens
Goku
later
lands
that
stronger
annoyed
than
me.
ever
Oh my
before.
goodness.
But
This
how
part
are
is
you-
cool, but it's what happens
how are you
after.
taunting like that?
Not thinking.
What?
My body's acting on its own and deciding how to dodge, which is why your attacks can't hit me.
Moro powers up to full in hopes of closing the gap, but Goku is simply too far ahead. Goku lands a powerful punch that sends shockwaves across the entire Earth, and there's just no way for Moro to even begin to fight back. As Moro is on the brink of death, he begs for his life, and Goku asks Jocko if Moro was sentenced to death, and after hearing that he was, he resigns from the
This
Galactic
stuff is so
Patrol.
stupid.
in favor
Man,
of
like, how
fighting
many
like
battles
the
Goku
Earthling.
gotta fight to
Krillin finally makes
learn?
it to the battlefield, and Goku, in one of my least favorite scenes, takes the Senzu from
Right,
him,
it's
giving
like,
one to
come
Moro in
on,
exchange
bro.
for
This dude
him
was trying to
returning
destroy the
to prison.
universe.
The
The-
context here is different, but
Like,
if you
how
want to say
many-
this is a Cell Saga parallel, I wouldn't blame you.
How many
So
battles
Moro
Goku
agrees
gotta
with Goku's
have to learn
conditions,
his
but after
lesson?
eating
Not
his
everybody Nobody deserves
betrays
that.
Goku, as he obviously would, and that terrible moment is made up for by Goku's
I mean,
Ultra
yes, this
Instinct
happens, but we
hardening
know
his
what happens
body
after this.
automatically to protect him from Moro's attack, immediately breaking the Planet Eater's hand, which is literally the most badass thing. After
That's
breaking
cool.
his hand on Goku's body, Moro crumples to the ground. Then Goku powers down and talks to him.
Have you ever trained?
And Goku is disappointed Moro will never be able to change. He knows he has to kill him now after they're done talking. He asks Moro one more time if he's willing to return to prison quietly, but that's when Moro sees the hand that Maris chopped off earlier, and he says he's never going back. So Goku says he has no choice but to kill him to uphold Maris's will. Moro asks who Maris really was, and Goku basically just explains everything. Now knowing that Maris could use the same ability as Goku, he quickly pulls the hand that grabbed Maris's neck over to himself, and he begins to transform. His hair turns silver as well, and he begins to use Maris's Ultra Instinct.
That whelp's abilities are now mine.
This is the
This
writing
is
that I
another parallel
hate,
to
man.
Cell,
Like,
who
this should have
became
been
like
over
Gohan
already.
After becoming Super Perfect Cell, they begin to fly around the Earth at full speed, clashing as they do. But as the fight goes on, Moro's body starts to inflate strangely. Goku tells him it's like what happened to Sagambo. His body just isn't trained to hold that much power. So
Get
Goku
rid of
gives
him.
Moro a final warning.
Abandon Maris's abilities, or be destroyed by them.
Moro says he has no limits.
That's why I say Vegeta
Foreshadowing
is the
from
best
earlier,
character
and
development,
begins
because
to
this
seek a body
developed
that can contain
Goku
his
still
power.
hasn't developed
Eventually,
this
he uses
part of his
magic
story
to merge with the Earth
of getting
itself.
rid of
I
people,
have become
of certain ones, just certain ones.
yours. Behold, I've done away with my limits.
Whis explains that Moro being merged with the planet means they share the same fate now. If Moro is destroyed, the Earth will be destroyed as well, and the resulting energy might even destroy the whole galaxy. So basically, our protagonists didn't finish the villain when they had the chance, leading to them
They had the chance
potentially
multiple
self-destructing
times.
along with the Earth. Do I really need to say what that's a parallel to?
Yeah.
Moro then begins to absorb energy from everyone touching the planet, and that energy swell within him will be a problem if this isn't handled quickly.
Looks like I have no
He's like, all right,
It's
fine.
a special case, so I'll lend a hand.
But right as he's about to, Whis gets a summon from the Grand Priest, likely to do with Maris. Before they leave, Whis tells Goku the way to beat Moro and save the Earth is to destroy the crystal on his head. If done properly, it'll release Maris's copied abilities.
You have
Yeah,
already
I love that. I love
power
him. I love Whis.
in your strength.
Not even looking at it.
That, Beerus and Whis leave, but Moro begins to hide the crystal in his expanding body. That's when Vegeta flies in and begins to punch the Earth to use Force Spirit Vision. As the power leaves Moro, the crystal reappears, and Vegeta yells at Goku to destroy it.
Everything's riding on this fist of mine.
And Goku flies in to finish the fight. However, Moro manages to stop Goku before he reaches the crystal, and he sucks the power out of Goku, forcing him back to base form. Piccolo asks Vegeta if he can use Force Spirit Fission in reverse, and he says it's possible. So they donate their ki to Goku, as do everyone on the lookout, and even Goten and Trunks. But it isn't enough. Goku can only return to Super Saiyan Blue with that much power. Now it seems truly hopeless. They begin to discuss other options, but Moro has gone insane and will likely blow up on his own even if they do nothing. That's when a massive amount of divine power makes its way towards the battlefield, more than enough for Goku to finish the fight.
God power? I feel divine strength. But how? This ridiculous amount? Who sent this?
Jocko had gotten the Great Lord of Lords, but that isn't whose key this is. The Great Lord of Lords found Oob and had him donate the divine energy
I like
that
how they added him
reincarnated
in
from
here.
Kid Buu. Vegeta gives Goku the divine power, and with it, Goku creates a giant key version of himself to hold
I'm not a
Moro's
fan of this
arms
part of the
back,
story.
as his real body delivers the final
This
punch,
was so
ending
unnecessary.
Moro and saving the day. Afterwards, Buu returns to normal and forgets his time as the Great Lord of Lords. The Dragon Balls are used to fix the universe, and the Galactic Patrol have an award ceremony where Goku, Vegeta, Jocko, and even Maris are given awards. It's revealed that Shin asked to exchange his own life for Maris. The Grand Priest was moved by his gesture and erased Maris himself temporarily, then restored him as a mortal to save him. So Maris now has a lifespan and no more angel powers. Can he still use Ultra Instinct? Who knows?
That's
With
what I
that
wonder.
settled,
I'm like,
the
is he
Galactic Patrol
still
celebrate as
powerful or
Beerus and
what?
Supreme Kai are
He might not be
punished
like
for allowing an
a
angel to be
Whis,
lost.
but still.
Peace has returned to the universe. For now. During this brief piece, I want to thank the channel members who make affording things like voice acting possible. Consider becoming a member to support the channel if you want to and are able to. The Granolah arc starts right after
I
the
love
Moro
this
arc.
one. This is my
the
favorite
head of
one
the
out of
android
the two.
7-3 survived the death of Moro and is taken from Earth by the original
Especially the
owners
ending.
of the android.
The
The
addition
data
of,
in OG-73
Bardock,
is
everything.
copied to the other OG units, meaning they've gained all the capabilities of the one our heroes fought on Earth. Bad news, because this guy wants to rule the universe. Even worse, an intruder is trying to steal 7-3 again. This is Granolah. He has an AI companion named Oatmeal, and they're trying to take OG-73. They make their way through all of the soldiers and even other OG models until they find 7-3 being regenerated in a tank. They've got him. A quick flashback to the past. It's Frieza's forces, specifically Saiyans, their frightening silhouettes as Ozaru, conquering a world of people that look just like Granolah. Before we can learn more, Granolah wakes up. This nightmare is a recurring one for him. Granolah and Oatmeal discuss his hatred of Frieza and his lust for revenge. Granolah despises Frieza's army, even though he thinks Frieza is dead, for ordering the attack on his people. Clearly, news of Frieza's second revival after the Tournament of Power is not widely known throughout the universe yet. Possibly even more than Frieza, he hates the Saiyans, but they were wiped out over 40 years ago.
I've lost both my avenues for revenge, but that doesn't explain why that dream still haunts my sleep.
Meanwhile, over on Beerus' planet, Goku is helping Whis give the Oracle Fish her medicine. Apparently, the Oracle Fish has been having insomnia, and that could be a bad omen for the future, but it could also be nothing. With the Oracle Fish settled, Goku and Whis start training. After fully grasping Ultra Instinct in his fight with Moro, Goku can enter the silver-haired form at will. But Whis reminds him that isn't the true end goal. Whis has a better command of Ultra Instinct than Meris, and the Grand Priest is even above Whis' Ultra Instinct. Goku must refine his Ultra Instinct, but he can't do it by simply copying Whis' fighting style. Beerus asks Vegeta if he'll try to master Ultra Instinct as well, but Vegeta says it doesn't suit him. Beerus lets Vegeta know that Ultra Instinct isn't the only technique
the only
of the
one.
gods, and
I
that
can
the
show you
gods of
something
destruction
else.
wouldn't run around with their hearts and minds all tranquil. Anyway, here's a panel of Beerus using Ultra Instinct in the manga against the other gods of destruction. Seems pretty useful to me, at least. Vegeta asks to be taught the technique, but Beerus says he doesn't train people.
Anyway, I'm gonna go exercise to wake myself up. If you see anything you want, feel free to steal it.
I'm very happy that Vegeta is still doing his own thing, by the way. The
Yes,
various paths
I
of
agree.
power in the series,
He has his own
especially
journey.
after Dragon Ball Super Superhero, have been
That
really
is such an
refreshing,
awesome
actually.
picture.
Back to Granolah, he's bringing OG-73 to a group called the Heaters. Another bounty hunter, Soshiru, tries to get in on Granolah's haul, but Granolah tells him to keep his hands to himself. Granolah gets a large bag of credits, the same currency we saw in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and he asks Elec, the leader of the Heaters, what he plans to do with 7-3. Elec has no interest in making an army of OG units. He sees more value in money and intel. You could always hire combatants, and information is what truly controls the universe anyway. Militaristic organizations like the Frieza Force are a thing of the past to him. But the past has a way of repeating itself. He tells Granolah that the state of the universe has been shifting. Frieza has been revived. Granolah actually has a chance to avenge his people. He demands Frieza's location from Elec, but he refuses. Granolah wouldn't be able to handle Frieza even if he did find him. Granolah approaches Elec and demands it again, but Gas knocks Granolah down. Elec tells Granolah to calm down for now. They'll take down Frieza together when the time is right, but for now, he has to be patient and wait. Granolah agrees and leaves.
That piece of garbage Frieza will die by my hand. I will have my revenge.
Oil asks Elec why he mentioned Frieza, and Elec says Granolah has gotten very strong. It'd pose a problem for them if he got stronger than Gas. None of them think it's possible, but Elec is hedging his bets and setting up a very likely situation where Frieza kills Granolah for them. For now, that can wait though. Elec wants the info in 7-3, and with it, the location of Zuno, the man with the most intel in Universe 7. Granolah is flying to planet Cereal, but on his way, he's attacked by some goons and Soshiro, who's demanding the bounty Granolah received. Granolah easily handles them all with his sniping abilities thanks to his cerulean
I love his character
He missed
model.
one target, however, and that was a painful reminder that Elec is probably right. He can't beat Frieza yet. And back on Beerus' planet, the sleeping Oracle Fish mumbles that the strongest warrior in the universe will soon rise up. Granolah returns to his homeworld, planet Cereal. A race called Shigarians inhabit the planet since the Cerealians were killed off. It was actually the Heaters who sold planet Cereal to the Shigarians that lost their own planet. Granolah doesn't stay in the city with the Shigarians because the civilization was made for them, and on the mountain his house is on, he can see the ruins of his hometown, making sure he never forgets what the Saiyans did to his people. Back on Beerus's planet, the God of Destruction asks Vegeta about the Saiyans' destructive past. Vegeta sees the Saiyans as having carved their own fate, something Goku actually says in Dragon Ball Z. Beerus says it's a ridiculous notion, but Vegeta asks what Saiyan history even has to do with the technique Beerus is showing him. Beerus says, plenty, as he destroys one of his decorative planets, but the explosion is larger than from a normal ki blast. Vegeta asks what that technique was, and Beerus says it's a small glimpse of what he can do. Before Vegeta can even ask how to do it, Beerus slams Vegeta into the ground. He tells Vegeta that if doubt continues to weigh him down, this power will never be his. Vegeta's own crimes aside, it's self-centered for him to carry guilt for the sins of all Saiyans. Beerus throws Vegeta to the side and finally tells him the truth.
Here's a fun fact. The one who
I told
suggested that
Frieza,
Frieza eliminate the Saiyans was me.
What you gonna do about it?
Still think it was destiny?
You're just gonna accept that? Go on. Try me. I'll obliterate you too.
The Saiyan Prince transforms into Blue Evolution and begins to fight
It's
Beerus,
useless.
but it's just as one-sided as ever. He tells Vegeta that the things the Saiyans did in the past have nothing to do with Vegeta now. He'll never be able to grow beyond this point so long as he's trapped by the past. Then, Beerus grabs Vegeta's arm and uses Destruction, also known as Hakai, on Vegeta's armor. Goku even points out that he tried and failed to do this in the past, referring to the manga's version of the future Trunks arc.
Which I
Beerus
never
says
understood
his
why
mind
they
is
didn't show
always
that
on
in
destruction
the
and
cartoon.
nothing else.
They
That's
took
why
that
there's
out for
no
some
limit
reason.
to
I thought
his
that was
power.
amazing.
Not literally no limit, by the way. He means his potential to grow is limitless because of this mindset, while Vegeta's potential to grow is limited by his own guilt-ridden mindset. Beerus further elaborates and tells Vegeta to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate himself from scratch.
Before creation comes destruction. Get it?
Back at the Heater's base, they've finally gotten Zuno's location out of 7-3, but they also see the prisoners being released from the Galactic Patrol prison. Elec asks how it happened, and he learns about Moro, and more importantly, the Dragon Balls. Now Elec knows how to get any wish granted, and even worse, he knows the Namekians created the Dragon Balls. But Gas says something even more surprising. Namekians used to live on planet Cereal with the Cerealians. It turns out Granolah actually lives with an elderly Namekian named Monito. Granolah tells Monito about Frieza's revival and how he wants to be the one to take him down, but Monito says Granolah doesn't have the power to beat Frieza. Granolah says he may have to resort to that, looking to a Dragon Ball in their home. Monito says the Dragon Balls aren't for revenge, but it doesn't matter anyway, since they need the other one to make a wish, and it's been lost for nearly 40 years. If you haven't noticed, Monito's Dragon Balls are a set of 2 instead of the standard 7. Then we jump to planet Namek, where we learn a bit of Namekian history. This is more lore than story, but the important points are the size and quantity of Dragon Balls depends on who made them. They were originally ritualistic, something brave warriors would seek out to collect in times of great suffering, and we even learn it's possible Namekians live on other planets in the universe outside of just Earth, New Namek, and maybe even beyond planet Cereal as well, since the Namekians moved to this universe from another realm altogether. The very first hint of their Demon Realm origin we learn about in Dragon Ball Daima. Back on planet Cereal, Monito says since he's the last Namekian on the planet, his Dragon Balls will die with him. He tells Granolah that wishing things back the way they were would only punish the Shigarians unjustly, and revenge would only give rise to new enemies. Granolah agrees, and Monito goes to sleep. Unfortunately, Granolah is watching his space TV and sees that a Shigarian found the missing Dragon Ball. So he steals it. He goes into the wilderness, summons the eternal dragon Torombo, and shouts his wish.
Turn me into the greatest warrior in the universe!
Torombo clarifies Granola's wish as being the strongest mortal in the universe, and Granolah says yes. Torombo says he can make Granolah stronger, but only to the limit of his latent potential, which makes becoming the strongest in the universe beyond his reach. However, Torombo can make Granolah the strongest in the universe if he agrees to a certain condition. Without hesitation, Granolah agrees. Back on Beerus's world, Vegeta is trying to learn destruction, but he's doing it wrong. Beerus says you need to erase the target from existence, turn something into nothing. This destruction destruction of matter is what creates the large release of energy we see. Goku continues to train with Whis and is excited to see if he or Vegeta will end up the strongest in the universe. Whis says it may not be either of them, and that surprises Goku since he can't think of anyone stronger than them, and neither can Whis. Funny enough, this should mean Goku and Vegeta are stronger than Broly at this point. Whis elaborates that the next powerful entity can appear at any time given the scope of the universe. The Oracle Fish repeats her prophecy once more, and Vegeta finally manages to use destruction correctly on a pebble.
Look at the picture. Vegeta just looked at Goku. He's like, yeah, that's right. You can't see all
the Oracle Fish repeats her prophecy once more, and Vegeta finally manages to
use like, yeah, that's right.
On a pebble. Back on planet Cereal, the Dragon Balls disperse and Granola's hair has grown long. He lifts a large boulder with ki and destroys it. While not explicitly stated, this is heavily implied to be something similar to destruction. Monito hears the blast and runs to him. He once again warns Granolah that new enemies will rise up, but Granolah says he can defeat any enemy now that he's the strongest in the universe. Monito snaps back and says that he's the strongest today, but there's no knowing what tomorrow will bring. Granolah ignores him and begins to search nearby worlds for Frieza's presence. This is seemingly Yardrat spirit control in action as shown in the Moro arc. Monito tries to stop Granolah, but he leaves to go get Frieza's location from Elec. Granolah arrives at the Heater's base and demands Frieza's location, saying that he's now the strongest in the universe. But Oil and Maki just aren't enough. Gas is about to jump in, but Elec says they've seen enough. He can tell Granolah has gotten stronger, but he needs to know how. Granolah tells him it was the Dragon Balls. This confirms Elec's suspicions of Dragon Balls being on planet Cereal. Probably not the smartest thing.
I was like, why would you share that? Like, people be talking too much.
He doesn't know Frieza's exact location yet, but he'll get it soon. Granolah says to make it quick, he doesn't have long to live. We find out that in exchange for this power, he gave up 150 years of his lifespan, leaving him with only 3 years left to live. After that, Granolah leaves, and Elec explains his plans to the others. They want to take control of Frieza's army, not wipe it out. To protect their interests, Granolah has to die, and to do that, he'll use Goku and Vegeta. Back on Beerus's planet, Whis explains to Goku that angels are able to use Ultra Instinct at all times, while Goku needs to transform to do so. The ultimate goal is to use Ultra Instinct naturally in base form and save the silver-haired form's power as a last resort for when he needs to surpass his limits. Meanwhile, Granolah returns to planet Cereal, and the Heaters make their way to Zuno, but Elec and Gas stay back. Gas wishes he could have fought Granolah, but Elec says his moment to fight has yet to come. Gas is the only Heater with the potential to surpass Frieza. On Zuno's planet, Maki and Oil get answers to 10 questions. I'm sure we'll find out what they were. Right? On Beerus's planet, Goku and Vegeta refine their techniques. Whis receives a call from Bulma. Maki and Oil are on Earth in search of Goku and Vegeta. They want to have the two of them fight a villain for them. An obvious ploy to us, but it works, especially when they mention this villain is the strongest in the universe. Goku and Vegeta want to claim the title of strongest in the universe for themselves, and even Whis and Beerus get involved in their rivalry. Beerus gives Vegeta an earring that's the symbol of those who can use destruction, and Whis gives Goku's gi, the symbol he gave it in Resurrection F. On Earth, Maki and Oil steal the Dragon Radar. Then, 30 minutes later, Goku and Vegeta arrive. Maki and Oil then take them to planet Cereal. Before they land, Maki lies to Granolah, telling him that Goku and Vegeta are Frieza Force assassins. He thinks this works better for him because he can extract info from them, but then she tells him they're Saiyans. Granolah flies up to look at the ruins of his hometown and makes a promise to himself.
Saiyans, coming to my planet. Once again. It's 50 years overdue, but revenge will finally be mine.
18 days later, Goku and Vegeta arrive on planet Cereal. Maki and Oil stay behind after telling them where to find Granolah, but Goku and Vegeta are getting suspicious. Before they can figure out the Heater's ploy, they get attacked. Granolah is sniping them from a distance. They manage to avoid the attacks, but they can't track down their origin. A blast even manages to hit a vital spot on the back of Goku's neck, forcing them to use a Senzu already. Vegeta tells Goku to stop relying on Ultra Instinct if it isn't mastered yet, so Goku turns Super Saiyan. Then he finally finds Granolah.
I love how they still use Super Saiyan and all the other transformations.
Goku says
they don't just rely on
technique is even faster
red
than
and blue
transmission,
Ultra Instinct
and
ego.
Granolah finally introduces himself.
I love how
to
Super Saiyan is the first thing they hit.
Granolah, the last of the Cerealians.
And that means nothing to Goku and Vegeta, but Granolah doesn't care.
You may not know us, but I know your kind all too well. Saiyans.
Goku and Vegeta manage to dodge it, then Vegeta tells Goku to get payback for being struck down earlier, so Goku versus Granolah begins. Goku transforms into Super Saiyan God, and he starts to use Ultra Instinct again. Vegeta notes that Ultra Instinct seems to be more accurate in conjunction with transformations. Basically, the stronger the form, the better it is at using Ultra Instinct, which makes some sense since the limit-breaking silver-haired form is the only way for him to use it perfected. Goku dodges every attack, but it was all a distraction, and he gets hit once. The attack was light, but it hit Goku's vitals, toppling him in a single blow. Granolah has figured out how Ultra Instinct works, but notes that no one is perfect, and even that technique can't hide his vitals because of Granolah's right eye. Granolah also knows that Goku is holding back, so he tells him to hurry and use his full power. He doesn't have time to waste here. Revenge on Frieza is his ultimate goal. Goku is confused though, since he thought Granolah was the villain, but before they could talk about it, Granolah powers up and tells Goku he'll pay for the crimes of the Saiyans. Goku uses Super Saiyan Blue with Ultra Instinct. However, Granolah still manages to strike Goku's vitals again. Stronger attacks and faster evasion won't ever help because Granolah's right eye can lock onto his vitals every time. But Goku disagrees and says he just lacks training to use Ultra Instinct to its full abilities. Granolah tells Goku not to make excuses and says he's ending the Saiyan line here. Then he uses an attack just like Moro's. Goku barely manages to teleport away in time to Vegeta in the Cerulean City. Vegeta has figured out that Granolah is the survivor of a race he'd heard about long ago that was wiped out by the Saiyans. This explains the grudge he holds and that Maki and Oil were using them all along. Goku asks if they should try to convince Granolah, but Vegeta said it won't help since he wants to wipe out the Saiyans. So Goku has to beat him first, then convince him. Vegeta is unsure if Goku actually stands a chance, but he reminds Vegeta that he still hasn't used Ultra Instinct at full power.
I can't perceive any vital points. What is that form?
I ain't gonna front.
Perfected,
As much as I like Ultra Instinct and all that, one thing in Super I wished happened, I mean, it's too late now, but I wished happened was instead of the whole God powers, you know, red, blue, and all that, they embraced Super Saiyan 4, like in GT. And we saw the evolution of Super Saiyan 4, where Super Saiyan 4 has his own version of Super Saiyan. Like, it grows from there. I like Ultra Instinct and all, but I was just watching GT not too long ago, and I'm like, man, yes, Daima shows it, but we can't really say that's canon. But it's too late now, and it's cool. I ain't gonna say it's bad. It's cool to see it. But Super Saiyan 4 embraced more of the Saiyan heritage, I guess you could say. You know, with the ape, you know, they look more like the monkey form. I don't know. In my opinion, I always thought that made more sense. Where instead of this God power and all that, it went Super Saiyan 4, and we taught how to elevate that. So here we will see Super Saiyan 4 in its elite form. Or so I don't know. Personally, I think that would have been better.
Instinct.
Just in my opinion.
The downside is I can't maintain this for too long. So I'm gonna have to end this quick.
The battle is extremely one-sided. Granolah can't touch Goku, and every attack from Goku is far stronger than before. So Goku tries to talk to Granolah now that it's over, but...
You're not hearing me right, Saiyan. When did I say I've lost?
The Granolah he's been fighting was a clone sent to fight Goku and Vegeta, but he underestimated them. This had the unintentional benefit of wearing down Goku's Ultra Instinct until its accuracy and stamina dropped, giving Granolah the opening to deliver the finishing blow. With Goku down, Vegeta steps up. He tries to reason with Granolah a little bit, but Granolah doesn't believe a word he says. So
This is a
Vegeta
battle I
changes
want to
his
see in
approach.
animation.
The
When
tribe
they make
that's
the
about to
show.
go extinct is the Ceruleans.
So Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and tells Granolah to prepare to perish. Vegeta and Granolah begin to fight, but Granolah is clearly stronger. Even his version of destruction is more powerful than Vegeta's. Granolah is impressed by their power, but he tells Vegeta this struggle is pointless. No matter how powerful he is, Granolah remains the strongest in the universe. Vegeta admits that Granolah is stronger right now, but he's sure he'll win. Vegeta tells Granolah that rankings are well and good, but they only reflect a moment. Vegeta has gotten even stronger during this fight, but as he gloats, Granolah lands a hit on a vital point, and it seems like it's over, until Vegeta starts laughing.
What fun. This feeling. It's been ages. Planet to protect. No people to save.
Granolah looking
Just
like,
me,
what's wrong with this
immersed
guy?
in battle. My happy place. Just the thing to get a battle-crazed Saiyan's blood pumping!
Then Vegeta's aura begins to flare a rich purple.
I look forward to seeing that in animation. They should have made this into a movie like they did the Super Broly one.
Destruction taught me that
maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe they've been working on it.
From instinct is unbounded.
They're gonna do it like the previous one as a show and a movie.
Granolah is starting to get flustered. This power is well beyond anything he expected from the Saiyans. In contrast to Ultra Instinct that protects from damage, this form turns damage into power.
Kakarot's body may have a mind of its own, but I'm all ego. In fact, go ahead and call this Ultra Ego.
Granolah can't believe a grunt under Frieza is this powerful, but Vegeta tells Granolah that the Saiyans were also a victim of Frieza's tyranny, but Granolah refuses to believe him. So Vegeta continues to fight Granolah. Oatmeal tries to talk reason to Granolah as well, but he doesn't want to hear it. He rips off his headpiece that holds Oatmeal and throws it to the side. He thinks as the strongest, he doesn't need support from anyone. Granolah tells Vegeta he isn't the only one who grows stronger while he fights. Even worse, the damage Vegeta has taken is starting to accumulate. He even needs to dodge some attacks now because he's starting to lose consciousness mid-combat. As the dust of the battle clears, there's something hidden. Oh, that's for you. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet. But over here, Granolah is charging an attack while concealed. Once Vegeta sees it, he also charges an attack that'll destroy anything it touches. As Vegeta's attack makes its way to Granolah, his left eye turns red as well. With this new power, he easily destroys Vegeta's attack.
I have to thank you, Saiyan. You're responsible for drawing out this power of mine.
Now Granolah is winning again, and even Ultra Ego fades. But Vegeta refuses to stay down.
I am the master of my own fate!
Just as it looks like Vegeta is about to die, Goku flies in and knocks Granolah away. Goku says to Vegeta he'll take over for now, but Vegeta kicks Goku away. Vegeta says that with nothing to protect, he won't agree to fight side by side with him. Goku asks Vegeta about protecting his own life, but he says death is better than teaming up with Goku. Granolah tries to strike Vegeta dead while he's off guard, but Goku manages to knock Vegeta out of the way.
It's like, see, you do need my help. You're not paying attention.
Goku reacted in time, and Goku says he has a read on the way Granolah targets vitals, so it won't work on him anymore. Granolah tries to hit Goku's vitals again, but it just doesn't work like it did before.
That same move was never gonna work on me forever.
Goku explains that by shifting his body slightly, he doesn't avoid the whole attack, but he can move his vitals out of harm's way. Granolah says that a defensive strategy will never surpass him, and Goku agrees. After a short fight, Goku gets knocked to base form, and Vegeta approaches Goku, saying he's tagging in.
Please, allow me to do this alone.
Fine. Try not to die, Vegeta.
Vegeta asks Granolah if his life has no meaning beyond revenge, to which Granolah doesn't answer. That was enough for Vegeta, so he transforms into Ultra Ego again.
But you already hit your limit.
As I explained, this power is unbounded. It has no limits.
And the two begin to battle. The fight takes the two into a Shigarian city, and Granolah begs they don't do this here, but Vegeta doesn't listen and uses it to his advantage. Granolah knocks Vegeta down and blasts him at point-blank range. Granolah drops down, exhausted, but then a wall breaks, and he sees a terrified mother and child, reminding him of his own past. Vegeta tells Granolah he thinks Granolah's grudges are well-deserved, and he can't object to Granolah destroying him. But he warns Granolah that's just history repeating itself. The Cerealians were never like the Saiyans. Granolah says the Saiyans took everything from them, and he'll never move past that. In a final gambit, Granolah uses his remaining life force to charge an attack that'll kill both him and Vegeta.
My revenge against Frieza himself will have to wait until we're both in hell!
This is the Saiyan's fate. So be it.
Goku runs to stop them, and at the same time, Monaito flies in Granolah's ship with Oatmeal. Monaito gets Granolah's attention, and Goku is able to knock him down, stopping the death of both Granolah and Vegeta. Monaito steps out of the ship, and both Goku and Vegeta are surprised to see a Namekian. Granolah is furious his revenge has been interrupted, but Monaito says he had lied to Granolah. There was one Saiyan that didn't earn his vengeance.
This is the part of the story I love.
Yep,
I love this story.
Bardock. Now, I have my own thoughts about Bardock being important to the story in this way, but I'll save those for a different video. Comment your thoughts about this narrative choice
I
below.
love it.
Anyway, we finally learned
Bardock's one of my favorite characters.
The Saiyans invaded planet Cereal.
To be real, I wish there was a way to revive him and have him be him and Raditz, but especially Bardock.
They remind him of Guinea and Kakarot. The other Saiyans leave, and Bardock stays behind to look for survivors. He finds Monito as well and brings Granolah and his mother to him. He leaves the 2 remaining Cerealians and tells them to keep off Frieza's radar. Before he goes, Monito asks his name, and he says Bardock. Monito says Goku is the spitting image of Bardock, and Vegeta reveals to him that Bardock is his father. It's actually smart having Vegeta do this since he was teamed with Raditz in the past, and it's likely he knew about Bardock.
Yeah.
Something doesn't add up to Granolah though. Why didn't his mother survive? It turns out Bardock ended up staying longer to get healed by Monito, and because of it, he's there to see the Heaters arrive to broker off the planet. They overhear Elec talking about selling the planet to the Shigerians and how they aren't destined to serve under Frieza forever. As they're listening, Granolah wakes up and screams because he sees Monito quickly knocks Granolah out, but it's too late. The Heaters heard him. Bardock quickly sets up a situation that looks like he's about to kill the remaining survivors of the planet, and Elec tells him to get on with it. Bardock tries to explain that the Namekian's strange ability might be worth checking out, but before he could finish, Elec shoots Granolah's mother dead. Elec tells Bardock to kill the other 2, but he quickly turns and attacks the Heaters instead, giving them a chance to escape. Elec knows they might have overheard their conversation, so the 3 of them have to die. Gas says he'll handle it, and Elec leaves it to him. Back in the present, Gas is thinking about the past and how he'll never suffer such indignity again because he's grown strong. Elec agrees, but tells him it never hurts to have insurance. Maki gets gas from Elec since Granolah, Goku, and Vegeta have stopped fighting, so Elec will search for the final Dragon Ball on his own. Back on the battlefield, Granolah can't handle the revelation. Not only was he saved by a Saiyan, but his mother was killed by Elec, the man he's been working for decades. He's angry at Monito for lying, but it was the only way for them to survive. Vegeta asks if Bardock beat Gas, and Monito says he did. Vegeta is surprised because Bardock was a low-class warrior. Before Monito can explain what happened though, the sky goes dark quickly and goes away just as fast. Elec has made his wish. Then, a massive power appears on the planet. Maki and Oil present the true strongest
Those
in the
eyes
universe.
of fear.
And out walks a much older-looking Gas.
I'm shocked that Gas or Granolah hasn't been a
Spear out of
character
heat
in
to pin
Sparking
down
Zero
Granolah.
or Fighters.
I never
Maybe in the
liked
future they
you.
will.
Gas is happy he's finally allowed to kill Granolah, then he realizes Goku is Bardock's son. Gas is about to kill Goku, but Monito frees Granolah, who manages to shoot Gas in the back and draw his attention. Then Monito frees Goku and begins healing him. Monito asks him one favor, please save Granolah, to which Goku says he'll do what he can. As Granolah fights, he asks why they let him live. Gas said they didn't know Granolah and Monito had survived till several years later. We see in the past that Granolah has made a name for himself as a bounty hunter, and Elec took advantage of the fact that Monito never told Granolah about what Elec did and recruited him for the Heaters. Monito regrets that choice and says he doesn't even live up to being a Namekian because he can't even restore Goku's energy. Then Goku remembers they had one Senzu left. He asks Vegeta about it, but it's in his armor that he threw away. Granolah gets knocked out by Gas and Goku is healed enough to jump back in for a bit. He tells Vegeta to find the Senzu and eat it immediately. Vegeta tells Goku not to die, similar to what Goku said earlier, but with a less somber context. Then Goku jumps in to protect Granolah from Gas.
So, the endangered species have become friends.
Goku turns Super Saiyan Blue and he's holding his own against Gas, but clearly Gas is stronger. Vegeta finds the Senzu, but instead of eating it, he offers it to Granolah. Granolah is shocked. Vegeta had that and didn't use it in their fight, but Vegeta says that would be the coward's way out, so he once again tells Granolah to eat the Senzu.
Your revenge must be satisfied, no? So settle this grudge with your own strength!
Granolah eats the Senzu.
Vegeta be having the
joins
best
fight. He
speeches.
puts on oatmeal again, apologizing to his support unit and saying he'll always want it to back him up. Granolah and Gas start battling, but Granolah actually has the upper hand because Gas is only using powers he had before the wish. As Maki puts it, it isn't that he can't wield his new power, he just doesn't want to. Granolah taunts Gas for holding back, so Gas begrudgingly starts using his new techniques and powers. Instant transmission, destruction, and everything else Granolah can do, but stronger. Gas versus versus Granolah turns into a battle of teleporting. Despite Gas being stronger, Vegeta notes his use of instant transmission is sloppy, so Granolah still stands a chance, but as they continue to trade blows, Gas slowly gets more and more accurate until he can track every one of Granolah's moves. Granolah's final gambit is using his clone technique to distract Gas while his main body charges an attack at point-blank range, but the cost is his main body feels all the damage the clones took. Monaito goes to heal him, but Granolah tells him it isn't over yet. Elec removes Gas's head decoration, which liberates his inner nature and his true power. Maki says they lose all sense of self when their instincts
He
are
did not
liberated,
care
but
for him. He
Elec
just
says
wanted him to
Gas
do his
can
bidding.
handle it. I guess there's a kind of like their version of the Saiyans Ozaru.
Kinda feel bad
Gas
for
begins
him.
to bulk up and return to the battlefield acting like a mindless brute. He's far
Yeah, he
stronger
just treat him
now,
like a
and he's
monster.
easily beating Granolah. Then he attacks everyone he sees. Vegeta is next, but Goku jumps in to help him. When Gas sees Goku, he goes flying back, traumatized from fighting Bardock. This is what Elec needed. As Gas remembers the pain of that loss, he returns to his senses. Now with full control over his instincts, Gas is the true strongest in the universe. Gas uses his new power to immobilize Goku and Vegeta.
Still,
Granolah
he doesn't
tries to
care
kill
about his
Elec,
brother.
but Gas teleports him to safety. Granolah is furious and charges a blast, but before he can fire it,
Dang.
Gas breaks Granolah's forearms, shoots out both his eyes, and it ends with Elec shooting Granolah through the torso the same way he killed his mother. Goku is mad, but he just can't do anything. Then Vegeta gives him the last of his energy to go and fight. So Goku turns Super Saiyan Blue again. He attacks Gas, but before he loses his cool, Goku calms down. He tells Gas they have no reason to fight, so he asks Gas to leave. Gas is surprised that Goku isn't angry at Granolah's death, but Goku says he has to remain calm for his special move to work. Elec says he can't let them live, so Gas attacks Goku. He's messing with Goku, using things that won't actually kill him, hoping to see the same fire he saw in Bardock, but it just isn't there. Gas asks if Goku is really Bardock's son, and Goku says he lost his memories when he was little. Gas understands now, and says he cannot fall to someone that can't comprehend who he really is. For now, Goku is getting beaten. Gas and Goku are momentarily separated, and they both see Monaito healing Granolah. He's still barely alive. Gas is about to kill Monaito, but Goku grabs Gas and teleports to another
This part
planet.
was
Then
cool.
Goku taunts Gas to see if he can follow him by teleporting. Eventually, they end up in the Galactic Patrol prison, where the prisoners remember Gas as the kid who once pissed himself, which is hysterical. They continue to teleport after each other, and Goku asks if Gas should really be following Elec. Goku's own brother tried to kill him a while ago, so Gas might want to watch his back. Gas continues to follow Goku as he teleports from place to place until eventually Goku finds Whis. Then Goku teleports back to each world they went to in reverse order until he's back on planet Cereal, leaving Gas no way to teleport back since he can't sense Goku from this distance. Gas asks Whis which way planet Cereal is. and he
Whis,
tells
that's
him,
wrong,
then
bro.
Gas flies
That
through
just
space.
shows that he don't have a side. He's like, I'll help you.
Surprisingly,
He's
the
over there.
Oracle Fish doesn't recognize Gas. He's clearly not the prophesized strongest in the universe. Back on planet Cereal, the remaining Heaters know they can't beat Goku, so they back off for now. Whis planted a communicator on Goku, and he calls him to tell him that Gas will be there in 20 Earth minutes. Whis then reminds Goku he has to discover his own version of Ultra Instinct.
Listen to the voice within you. Deep down, what are you really?
What am I?
That's when Monaito gives Goku Bardock's Scouter. There's saved audio on it, and with a little help from Oatmeal, they get it to work.
I thought it was
again
cool
in
to
hopes
see
of finding
Vegeta
out
with
how
the Scouter
Bardock
again.
beat Gas. A
Haven't
voice
seen that
echoes
since
from
the,
Scouter. It's Bardock telling
not
Monaito
Saiyan
and
saga, the Frieza
Granolah
saga.
they have to stay alive, and this triggers Goku to regain his memories. In the past, we see the battle between Gas and Bardock. Bardock is stronger than Gas expected, but Gas isn't taking any damage from Bardock's attacks. Monaito tells Bardock to run and let them accept their fate, but Gas says that wouldn't matter because the Saiyans aren't fated to last much longer anyway. This actually solves an issue with modern Dragon Ball. How did Bardock figure out Frieza's plan so easily? With this extra
I
piece
even
of
think of that.
information, it all
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense now. The two continue to fight, and Gas unleashes a bit of his true nature. At the same time, Monaito collects the Dragon Balls. He tries to teleport Bardock back to planet Vegeta, but Bardock refuses, just like Goku did after the Frieza saga. Monaito asks what Bardock wants, and he asks that his sons grow up well. We don't see what Monaito specifically says to Torombo, so take that as you will.
Yeah, I'm about to
don't
say.
like this wish very much if it was actually made. Gas slams
'Cause,
Bardock
you know,
around by his tail until
Radish didn't
eventually
really
he
live
snaps
the
off.
great life.
Gas is about to finish him off, but Monaito blocks the final attack. This enrages Gas and leads to him fully unleashing his true nature. Monaito is knocked
And Bardock
away, and
lost a lot of
Bardock
power
continues to
losing his
fight, but
tail.
It seems like he's doing better now. Gas asks if atonement or revenge motivate him, but Bardock says only an idiot would think about anything else besides winning in a battle of life or death. Then Bardock pushes past his limits and beats Gas. Alec is disappointed in Gas and tries to finish off Bardock, but he misses and he has to leave because Frieza has arrived. Then Monaito finds Bardock and tells him he won the battle. Back in the present, Goku remembers everything up to being sent to Earth. Then he says to Vegeta he finally understands what Saiyan pride is about, or he remembers it, along with Bardock's face. Do babies have pride? I don't know, it seems weird. Anyway, Vegeta says he also lost sight of his pride by being caught up in his guilt. This pride is described by Goku as having total faith in your own power. Monaito says a people's pride isn't about atoning for sins or getting revenge, it's all about accepting your nature and sticking to your convictions. Monaito offers to heal up Goku and Vegeta. He even makes them new clothes, but they're Bardock's clothes. They both ask for their normal outfits instead. Gas arrives back on planet Cereal. Goku and Vegeta step out to face him. The two Saiyans power up, agreeing to fight together this time. Vegeta activates Ultra Ego, and
that
Goku
is so
activates
cool, bro.
Ultra
I look
Instinct.
forward to seeing that in
The fight
animation.
begins.
Make
This
this
time,
a
what drives
movie,
Goku
bro.
and Vegeta is a pure
Not live
desire
action,
to
obviously,
win
like the
at all
Super Broly
costs.
movie.
But it seems like it just isn't enough.
Yeah, about what I expected.
Eventually, both push a Hakai towards Gas with all their might. Gas manages to push it back, though, and Vegeta leaves Goku to handle it while he fights Gas. Goku manages to deflect the attack, then returns to help Vegeta, but Vegeta's doing better now that he's taken damage. Gas and Vegeta continue to exchange blows, but Gas downs Vegeta. The way to beat Ultra Ego is obvious. Kill him in one blow and be done with it. Goku is about to jump in, but then Vegeta delivers a devastating punch while he thanks Gas for the prime fuel and tells Goku to stay back.
Yes, with this ideal stimulant, my Ultra Ego continues to evolve.
I look forward to seeing him master this.
Ultra Instinct?
Because here he's learning.
Seems no different
I can only
than
imagine how powerful it'll be when he learns,
Vegeta tells
masters
Goku to
it.
figure it out fast, and until he does, Gas is his.
My own Ultra Instinct?
So Goku begins to meditate and contemplates his own Ultra Instinct while Vegeta continues to struggle against Gas. It seems like Vegeta is finally down for good, but then...
I said, am no longer bound by limits!
Gas is terrified, but just before the attack lands, Vegeta stands unconscious mid-attack before falling to the ground. Gas calls the technique stupid and readies to give Vegeta
Stupid while he was sitting there.
death. But Goku
This dude was really scared.
moves him out of harm's
Let's
way.
talk about
Then
stupid.
Gas targets Goku, but Goku's barrier is too strong for Gas to
That
break.
brother had you
Somehow.
scared.
Luckily, Goku has figured it out and transforms into Ultra Instinct Sign.
For that Ultra Instinct to work, I need to be calm and tranquil. But in this form, I can put my emotions to work for me. And believe me, my heart's not calm now.
Gas and Goku begin their battle, but it's clear that Goku is winning. Goku says he's just barely stronger than Gas now, but he doesn't have long, so he needs to finish this quickly. The fighting style Goku uses is far less like Whis and far more like Goku, and even a bit Saiyan in some cases. Gas desperately uses his weapons, but they're no use. Goku even uses a wrecking ball Gas made against him, but only as a distraction before landing a powerful kick. Alec makes his way to Gas and yells at him that they need his power for Frieza. The Saiyans were only a stepping stone. Goku tells Alec not to force Gas to fight, and they can fight again in the future, but Alec says there won't be a next time for Gas. Then Gas arises in a blinding
Like I said,
aura, but he seems
terrible
far more
brother.
old and frail than before.
I don't think I've ever felt better.
Gas says his new power is burning away every cell in his body to fuel it, keeping him the strongest in the universe. Goku doesn't stack up to this power at all. As Goku and Gas clash, it's clear Goku will lose, but he continues to try until a blast separates the two. It's Granolah. He's back up again, except he tackles Goku to the ground, making Alec believe he's still going for revenge on the Saiyans, but it's actually just a ploy.
As I dreamt, I too heard your father's voice. Now, you need to let me do what I must. Are you willing to wager it all on my strength?
Goku will keep Gas busy until Granolah can charge up the winning attack. Goku is quickly knocked down again, but he manages to put a barrier around Granolah. Gas knocks Goku out, but then Vegeta knocks Gas away and tells Granolah to hurry up. Maki and Oil try to help Gas, but Monaito just knocks them out with hypnosis. Now Granolah is finally ready, but he can't fire a blast that powerful this close to the ground without destroying the planet. That's when Goku awakens and activates Ultra Instinct. Then, using the giant key version of himself, he throws Gas into the atmosphere. The issue is, Granolah's eyes are still blurry, but Oatmeal helps him aim.
Do it!
This is your chance!
Granolah! Shoot!
Gas falls to the ground defeated, but Granolah says he didn't kill him because he isn't out for revenge anymore. Gas will be unconscious for a few days though. Then Granolah apologizes to Goku and Vegeta before falling to the ground. He sacrificed more of his remaining life to fuel that final attack. Monito runs over to heal him, but now he's able to bring Granolah back to full strength with no issue. His healing powers have grown stronger from their constant use this arc, so he heals everyone back to normal. Elec tries to leave the planet, but as he does, a blast goes through Monito. Gas has gotten up again, and this time he's looking even more decrepit than ever. He mocks Granolah's mercy, then Goku and Vegeta charge in, but Gas tosses them around like they're nothing, and even broken bones don't slow Gas down.
It's like a curse. Cursed to be the universe's strongest.
Elec is excited. Gas will be the strongest in the universe until the moment he dies.
He is
sacrificed
pathetic.
that
I did
much
not
of
like
Gas's
him, bro, the
life
way he
to
used his
surprise
brother.
of Maki, oil, and even Gas
That's why I did not
himself.
mind
Elec
what
tells
Frieza
Gas to
did.
stop wasting time,
Speaking
but
of
it's
Frieza.
too late. Frieza loves them.
I was gonna say,
Israel
speaking of
to
Frieza, I
shock
think he's coming
everyone
right now.
present. It's
This was
been
the best
some
part.
time. Gas. He kills Gas in one attack after
Ease,
transforming
like it
for
was
just a
nothing.
moment. Then Gas turns to a pile of bones, and Frieza crushes his skull. Frieza demands Elec's reason for summoning him, but Elec lies and says their wires got crossed. However, Frieza knows the truth. Elec hoped to have Gas kill him, and he even knew about Elec's ambitions for the last 40 years. Frieza just chose to keep the Heaters around for his own benefit. He tells Elec there's nothing he doesn't know, like the fact that Elec is the weakest of the Heaters. Then Frieza kills him. Goku
Fear,
and Vegeta
bro.
ask how
My
Frieza is
goodness,
so
you saw the look
strong
on his
when
face?
Gas wished to be the strongest in the universe, but Frieza says he must not have counted since he was in a different dimension. He found a room of spirit and time on a world he conquered and used it to get 10 years of training.
That's crazy. 10 years of training.
Frieza. That training culminated as Black Frieza, the form he momentarily changed into to kill Gas. Goku turns into Ultra Instinct Sign, or what
That
fans
ain't
call
gonna do
True
nothing,
Ultra
brother.
Instinct, and Vegeta uses Ultra Ego, but Frieza charges in.
I think Black
Both
Frieza
with
is
one
stronger
punch
than
before
them
leaving
two,
them to wallow.
Beast
He chooses
Gohan
not to
and
kill
Broly
them,
together.
because so
That
Frieza
10
leaves, and
years,
with
that's
no
a
other
lot.
option, Maki and Oil join him as waitstaff. Goku and Vegeta head to Monito and Granolah to see if the old Namekian will make it, but as they do, he's fully healed by Whis, who just appeared on the planet. He did it as a special favor for a friend of Goku. Whis tells Goku and Vegeta they need to return quickly to help Beerus make instant noodles. They ask if Granolah wants to join them, but he says he needs to fix
I
planet
wonder,
cereal
too, is
with
Black
Dragon
Frieza
Balls.
stronger than
Then
Beerus?
Monito
Because
will
that's
steal
some
them
power,
away for
bro.
good. So Vegeta gives him the radar that the Heaters stole, and Monito gives Goku Bardock's scouter. So Whis, Goku, and Vegeta leave.
You know how the Oracle Fish mentioned the strongest warrior in the universe? Was it actually talking about Frieza?
Perhaps. Or maybe. The strongest warrior emerged elsewhere in our universe.
Which makes Goku even more excited to return to his training. So that's it. I hope this video holds you over
That was
until
good.
we eventually get anime adaptations. Make sure to
Yes, eventually. Hopefully we will soon. It was talking about next year. We'll see. But I like how he added to the series that he did before with this with the Moro and Granolah art. I like how he did that. Definitely go check him out again. Cartoons Dojo. I'll put the original video description below. I love his channel. But anyway, I'll see you later.